Hey, Laurie and Tull here. And last month, as part of a Fable book club, I read a book called The Library of Amorlin, not knowing that book was actually going to be part of the Los Angeles Festival of Books this weekend. There's a panel actually today, and the panel is called. Let me see if I can get it. The panel is called "Modern Magic and Gothic Secrets: A Feminist Exploration in Contemporary Fantasy." Well, Friday I decided to write an article about this book, not knowing this, and I wrote most of it, just didn't record the video for it. And I decided to focus on climate change though, because there's aspects of climate change in this book. In fact, I think if you read the article that I've written about the book, you will only understand the fact that it has something to do with climate change a little bit, but it will not destroy the characters or the plot. It's like a little tease that I've done for the book because I really like it. And if you like magic, you like the idea of a book that kind of explains climate change in a fantasy world, this is definitely a book you should check out. Um, and here's some quotes. Actually, there are quotes in the article, but these are quotes that are not in the article I've written. This should be the only problem anyone cares about, and yet only Rivere and Jakara truly listen. None of the rest of our problems will matter if our world is in ashes, all because Kathos wants to burn its ecosystem to the ground in the name of some invisible goddess. And this is another one. The disasters are spreading. It used to be limited to the quakes in Kathos, then the blizzards in Ayador. Now storms in Maraval? It's only a matter of time before whatever's happening becomes irreversible, and I don't know how to stop it. Isn't that interesting? Like that's basically it. If you read the article, you understand more about how this story is working this idea of climate change into it. Climate change is actually only a tiny part of the story, but it kind of was what pulled me into it because starting realizing it was fascinating to me that someone had actually written this novel, and it is a very strongly feminist novel. The lead hero, is female, Kasira. The lead antagonist is female, though there are other characters that are there are men. Alistair is the lead haired librarian. She's sort of the antithesis to Kasira, I guess, or partner to Kasira, though he can't lie and she lies about everything. It gets to the point where you don't know when she's telling the truth and when she isn't, and what part of this con she's constructed and what part other people have constructed, and the way it ties up at the end is just fascinating. It really is. It's a nice little roller coaster ride. This is actually a quote though from about Kasira, so you get an idea of, I guess, the emotion that's involved with this story. Perhaps in the end, all a person really had was the choices they made. Perhaps the most elaborate con of all was believing you could be anything more than what the world made you. And this is a quote or a dialogue. I became what people wanted of me, because who am I? But I became what people wanted of me because who I am has never been enough, she said quietly, thinking of Revna, of the husk she had become. Not if I wanted to survive. Yeah, I messed up. I'm human, okay? I mess up lines too sometimes, but get back on your feet and go again. Read. I hope you enjoyed my article. I hope if you like fantasy, that's one thing. I like fantasy. I like thrillers. I like mystery. I believe very strongly as an actor that I would only want to work on projects that I would actually want to watch. Like that's been my entire attitude. There have been people in the industry who, for some reason, wanted to push me to do comedy, and I am not a comic actress. I'm just not. It's just not my forte. I was a horror actress. It's just kind of weird how people don't seem to respect in Hollywood, California, that to a certain extent I should have the right to control my life and my choices and even my product. If I'm as an actor, I'm not an object. But unfortunately, that's what the industry treats people a lot of times, expendable objects, and it isn't right. And it's one of the reasons why I think some people in the industry are just perfectly fine with using AI, because they don't see the ramifications of how many people are going to be hurt if they can't achieve their dream job, or if they can't pursue that goal that they want to dream. I wish I could keep working with actors. I wish I could be back on We Audition running lines with actors. I would love that. I wish I could be growing as an actor, because to me, I feel stinted. I feel like I'm trapped in a box. I feel like I'm not allowed to continue to work on what I really want to be good at. And I really don't want to be good at whatever it is other people want me to be good at or think I can be good at to make money, because it's not working. Like, yeah, I was a business economics person, but I was more of I cared more about not hurting people and helping people. I cared more about expressing feelings and emotions. I'm a true INFP. People don't get this. INFPs need to have jobs that they love, that they are allowed to actually use their feelings and get into their feelings and express their feelings. A lot of times, I think people in America are terrified of their emotions, and this is one of the things why I love reading books like this book, Library of Amorlin. This book was actually not so much emotional as intellectual, because again, it was sort of a political thriller set in a magic kingdom, with political intrigue and like almost like a sort of gladiator, like warrior magic, sort of fighting beasts, which you actually find out you is really kind of not what they should be doing. But anyways, I don't want to spoil too much of the story. Thank you very much, and check out what I've written about the book, and if you want to read it, see what you think about it. Thanks.